My name is Greg Turner, and 3 weeks ago I thought I had the perfect life. Funny how quickly that illusion can shatter when you find a $5,000 receipt in your fiancée's purse for a ring that isn't meant for her finger. I'm sitting in my corner office at Meridian Financial, staring at Boston Harbor through rain-streaked windows, replaying the moment everything started to unravel. Ashley Marquette, soon to be Ashley Turner, or so I believed, had left her designer handbag open on our kitchen counter while she showered. The receipt fell out when I moved it to make coffee. Cartier, custom engagement ring, $5,247.83. The date was 2 days ago. The problem? I bought Ashley's ring 6 months earlier from Tiffany, and it cost me $8,000. Earth to Greg. Jules Martinez, my office partner and the only person here who doesn't kiss up to management, waves a hand in front of my face. You look like someone just told you the Red Sox traded Devers. Worse, I mutter, sliding the receipt across my desk. Found this in Ashley's bag. Jules picks it up, adjusts his glasses, and whistles low. Well, that's not good, unless she's planning to propose to herself. That's what I'm afraid of. I lean back in my chair, the leather creaking. She's leaving for Italy tomorrow, 2 weeks with her ex-boyfriend Luca, supposedly for her bachelorette party. Her ex-boyfriend? Jules raises an eyebrow. And you're okay with this because I'm supposed to be the understanding, modern fiancé who doesn't get jealous. I grab the receipt back, folding it carefully. Ashley made sure everyone at dinner last week knew how progressive and trusting I am. That dinner still makes my stomach turn. 8 of us crammed into a trendy North End restaurant, Ashley holding court while her friends hung on every word. Sloane, her maid of honor, had been particularly vocal about how evolved our relationship was. Greg is so secure, Ashley had announced, her hand on my arm like she was displaying a well-trained pet. When I told him Luca invited me to Tuscany for my bachelorette trip, he didn't even blink. I had blinked, actually, several times, but by then the entire table was staring at me, waiting to see if I'd be the controlling boyfriend or the cool, understanding guy. Ashley's smile had been dazzling and dangerous. Of course, I'd said, raising my wine glass. Ashley deserves the perfect bachelorette experience. What I should have said was, over my lifeless body, but hindsight is 20/20. So what's your play? Jules asks, settling into the chair across from my desk. Confront her about the ring? Not yet. I pull out my phone and scroll through Ashley's Instagram. Her latest post shows her packing designer luggage, a caption reading, "Ciao Boston, 2 weeks in paradise with my favorite people." The comments are full of heart eye emojis and "so jealous" responses. Her favorite people, not including her fiancé, apparently. I need more information first. I screenshot several of her posts, noting the timing and locations. Ashley's been planning this trip for months, but she only told me about it 3 weeks ago. That's not like her. She usually overshares every detail of her life. Maybe she knew you'd object? Maybe. I close Instagram and open my banking app. Or maybe there's more to this trip than she's letting on. Our joint checking account shows a withdrawal of $3,000 yesterday, labeled Travel Expenses, Italy. I never authorized that withdrawal, but Ashley has access to the account. We set it up 6 months ago when we got engaged, pooling our resources for wedding expenses. Speaking of the wedding, we're supposed to get married in exactly 5 weeks at the Fairmont Copley Plaza. 200 guests, a 12-piece band, and a menu that costs more than my car. Ashley insisted on the works. She's a luxury wedding planner, after all, and this is supposed to be her masterpiece. Greg? Jules is studying my face. You're doing that thing where you disappear inside your head. Sorry. I shake myself back to the present. Just thinking about tomorrow. Tomorrow, Ashley flies to Rome with Luca Belanti, her ex-boyfriend turned celebrity chef turned Instagram influencer. They dated for 2 years before I met Ashley, and according to her, it ended amicably when his restaurant career took off and her wedding planning business exploded. We're better as friends, she always says when people ask about him. Luca understands me in ways most people don't. Apparently, he understands her well enough to buy her expensive jewelry. My phone buzzes with a text from Ashley. Dinner at 7? Want to spend our last night together before I leave? Love you. I stare at the message, noting the exclamation points and casual mention of our last night, like she's going away for months instead of 2 weeks. Like this is some kind of farewell. I have to go, I tell Jules, grabbing my jacket. Ashley wants dinner. What are you going to do about the receipt? Nothing yet. I pause at the door. But I'm going to find out who that ring is really for. The drive home to our Beacon Hill brownstone takes 20 minutes through rush hour traffic. Ashley and I have been living together for 8 months, splitting the mortgage on a place that's probably too expensive for us, but fits Ashley's image perfectly. She loves telling people we live in the heart of historic Boston, like we're characters in a romantic comedy. I find her in our bedroom, trying on different outfits and tossing rejects onto our king-sized bed. The room looks like a boutique exploded. Designer dresses, shoes, and accessories scattered everywhere. "Greg!" She spins around, wearing a red sundress that probably costs more than most people's rent. Perfect timing, which dress says sophisticated traveler without trying too hard. "They all look great," I say automatically, scanning the chaos. "Packing light," I see. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. She laughs, the sound bright and musical. Luca says Italian women are incredibly stylish. I can't show up looking like a tourist. Right. Luca? I sit on the edge of the bed, moving a pile of lingerie I've never seen before. Remind me how you reconnected with him? Instagram, actually. Ashley holds up 2 different pairs of earrings, studying them in the mirror. He saw my engagement announcement and sent the sweetest congratulations message. We started chatting, and when he mentioned he was planning this amazing trip to promote his new cookbook, I jokingly said it sounded like the perfect bachelorette party. "And he invited you?" "He invited us, me and the girls. Sloane and Tara are coming too." She turns to face me, her expression suddenly serious. "Greg, you're not having second thoughts about this, are you? Because if you're uncomfortable..." "I'm fine," I lie. "Just want to make sure you have a good time. You're the best." She crosses the room and kisses my cheek. Most guys would be totally weird about their fiancé traveling with an ex. I'm not most guys. No, you're not. Her smile is radiant. You're perfect. Perfect. Right. The perfect understanding fiancé who doesn't ask questions or make demands. The perfect guy who trusts his fiancée completely, even when she's acting suspicious. "So what's the itinerary?" I ask casually. "Rome, Florence, the usual tourist spots?" Actually, Luca rented this incredible villa in Tuscany. Very private, very romantic, very beautiful. She catches herself, but not quickly enough. We'll probably stay there most of the time. Relaxing, wine tasting, taking pictures for Instagram. Sounds romantic. Beautiful. She doesn't catch my echo of her slip, too busy folding clothes into her suitcase. The villa has this amazing infinity pool and views of the vineyards. Luca says it's like something out of a movie. I bet. I watch her pack the new lingerie, noting the tags are still attached. New clothes for the trip? Some? She shrugs, not meeting my eyes. Sloane insisted we all buy something special. You know how she is about making everything an event. Sloane Patterson, Ashley's best friend and maid of honor, is indeed dramatic about everything. She's also the one who's been most vocal about how lucky I am to have such an independent fiancé. Something about her enthusiasm has always bothered me, but I've never been able to put my finger on why. "Where are we eating tonight?" I ask, changing the subject before I say something I'll regret. "That new place in the South End, Meridian. Luca recommended it." She zips up her suitcase with a flourish. "He says the chef trained in Italy." Of course he did. Everything lately comes back to Luca and his expertise on Italian culture, food, travel, and apparently what my fiancé should wear on vacation. We take an Uber to dinner because Ashley doesn't want to worry about parking. The restaurant is exactly the kind of place she loves. Exposed brick, dim lighting, and a menu written on a chalkboard. The hostess seats us at a corner table, and Ashley immediately starts taking photos for her Instagram story. "This lighting is perfect," she murmurs, angling her phone. "Luca is going to love this place." "Are you planning to bring him here when you get back?" "Maybe." She doesn't look up from her phone. He's thinking about opening a Boston location for his restaurant group. This is news to me. He's moving to Boston? Possibly. Nothing's definite yet. She finally puts her phone down and picks up the wine menu. Should we get a bottle? Something Italian to get me in the mood for tomorrow? I order a Chianti that costs more than most people spend on groceries, and we make small talk about work, the wedding, and everything except the obvious tension between us. Ashley is animated and chatty, but there's something forced about her enthusiasm. She keeps checking her phone and smiling at messages I can't see. "Luca?" I ask after her phone buzzes for the 4th time. "Just coordinating pickup times for tomorrow." She types a quick response. "He's so organized. He has every detail planned out." Sounds like you two have been talking a lot. "Not really, just trip stuff." She waves dismissively. "You know how these things are. Lots of logistics." The waiter brings our entrees, and I watch Ashley push food around her plate while continuing to text. This isn't the woman I fell in love with 18 months ago. That Ashley was focused, ambitious, and completely present in whatever she was doing. This Ashley seems distracted, secretive, and eager to be somewhere else. Ashley, I say quietly, is everything okay with us? She looks up, startled. What do you mean? You seem distant lately? Like your mind is somewhere else? I'm just excited about the trip. She reaches across the table and squeezes my hand. And maybe a little nervous about the wedding. 5 weeks is coming up fast. Are you having second thoughts? About the wedding? No, of course not. But her answer comes too quickly, and she doesn't quite meet my eyes. Are you? No, I lie. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. We are. She lifts her wine glass. To us, and to trusting each other enough to have adventures apart. I clink my glass against hers, but the toast feels hollow. Trust is a funny thing. Once you start questioning it, everything looks suspicious. After dinner, we walk home through the common, Ashley chattering about her packing list and travel plans. She seems genuinely excited, which makes me feel worse about my doubts. Maybe I'm overthinking everything. Maybe the receipt has an innocent explanation. Maybe I'm turning into the jealous, controlling boyfriend I've always sworn I'd never be. But when we get home and Ashley immediately disappears into the bathroom for an hour-long skincare routine, I find myself going through her things. Not proud of it, but I need to know what I'm dealing with. Her laptop is password protected, but I know she uses our anniversary date for everything. Sure enough, it opens on the first try. Her email inbox is full of the usual wedding vendor communications, work correspondence, and promotional messages. Nothing suspicious. Then I check her browser history. Flights to Rome, hotels in Tuscany, what to wear in Italy, Italian phrases for travelers. All normal vacation research. But then I see searches that make my stomach drop. How to break an engagement. Calling off a wedding last minute. Starting over after ending a relationship. The searches are from 3 weeks ago, right around the time she told me about the Italy trip. I close the laptop and sit on our couch, staring at the engagement photos on our mantel. Ashley looks radiant in every picture, her smile bright and genuine. I look happy too, like a man who's won the lottery. When did that change? When did I become the guy she needs to escape from? My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. You don't know me, but I think we should talk. It's about Ashley and Luca. Can you meet tomorrow morning? Tara Williams, one of Ashley's bridesmaids. We've met a few times at group dinners, but we've never exchanged numbers. She's always seemed like the quiet one in Ashley's friend group, overshadowed by Sloane's dramatic personality. I text back, what time and where? Her response comes immediately. 8 a.m., thinking cup on Tremont. Come alone. Ashley emerges from the bathroom in silk pajamas, her face glowing from whatever expensive products she's applied. Ready for bed? I have an early flight. Sure, I say, slipping my phone into my pocket. Big day tomorrow. She curls up against me in bed, her head on my chest like she has hundreds of times before. I'm going to miss you, she whispers. Miss you too, I reply, but I'm already thinking about my morning meeting with Tara. Something tells me I'm about to learn exactly how much trouble I'm in. Thinking Cup is busy at 8 in the morning, filled with commuters grabbing coffee before work. I spot Tara immediately. She's sitting in a corner booth, nervously shredding a napkin and checking her phone every few seconds. Tara Williams is Ashley's college roommate, a quiet marketing manager who's always seemed uncomfortable with Ashley's more dramatic friends. She's wearing jeans and a simple sweater, her brown hair pulled back in a ponytail. Everything about her screams reluctant messenger. Thanks for meeting me, she says as I slide into the booth across from her. I wasn't sure if I should reach out, but I couldn't just stand by and watch this happen. Watch what happen? I signal the waitress for coffee, trying to keep my voice casual. Tara pulls out her phone and shows me a series of screenshots. These are from Sloane's Instagram story last night. She deleted them pretty quickly, but I grabbed them first. The images show Ashley, Sloane, and Tara at what looks like a going-away party. Ashley is wearing the red dress from yesterday, laughing at something off-camera. In the background, I can see a man's arm and part of a torso, someone tall, wearing an expensive watch. Luca was there? I ask. He flew in yesterday for a pre-trip planning session. Tara makes air quotes. Greg, I like Ashley, but what she's doing isn't right. You deserve to know the truth. Which is? Tara glances around the coffee shop, then leans forward. This isn't a bachelorette party. Sloane and I aren't going to Italy. It's just Ashley and Luca, and they've been planning this for months. The coffee cup freezes halfway to my lips. What do you mean you're not going? Ashley told Luca we couldn't make it, work conflicts, but she never told you that part. Tara's voice is barely above a whisper. She wanted you to think it was a group trip so you wouldn't object. I set down my coffee, my hands suddenly unsteady. How long have you known? I suspected something was wrong a few weeks ago when Ashley started asking weird questions about marriage and commitment. Then last night at the party, she and Luca were... Tara trails off, looking miserable. Were what? Acting like a couple, holding hands, whispering to each other, making plans that didn't include anyone else. She shows me another screenshot. Look at this. The image shows Ashley and Luca from behind, standing close together on what appears to be a balcony. His arm is around her waist, her head resting on his shoulder. It's intimate in a way that makes my chest tight. There's more, Tara continues. Sloane has been helping Ashley plan this whole thing. She thinks it's romantic, the idea of Ashley running away with her true love before making a mistake by marrying you. Sloane said that? Her exact words were, Ashley deserves her fairy tale ending, even if it means breaking a few hearts. Tara's expression is disgusted. I told her she was being cruel, but she said you'd be better off finding out now rather than after the wedding. I think about all the times Sloane has praised my understanding nature, all the comments about how evolved our relationship is. She wasn't complimenting me. She was managing me, making sure I wouldn't interfere with Ashley's plans. Why are you telling me this? I ask. Because you're a good guy and you don't deserve to be humiliated. Tara fidgets with her napkin. And because I think Ashley's making a huge mistake. She's throwing away something real for a fantasy. Maybe Luca is what she really wants. Maybe, Tara shrugs, but she should have the courage to tell you that instead of sneaking around behind your back. I check my watch. Ashley's flight leaves at noon, which means she's probably already at the airport. Part of me wants to race over there and confront her, demand an explanation, fight for our relationship. But a bigger part of me is just tired. Tired of feeling like I'm competing for my own fiancé's attention. Tired of pretending everything is fine when it clearly isn't. What are you going to do? Tara asks. I don't know yet. I stand up, leaving money on the table. But thank you for telling me. That couldn't have been easy. Ashley is going to hate me when she finds out. Ashley made her choice, I say. Now I get to make mine. I drive home in a daze, my mind cycling through memories of the past few months. All the signs were there. Ashley's increased interest in her appearance, her secretive phone calls, her sudden need for space and independence. I just chose to ignore them. The brownstone feels different now, like a stage set for a play that's already ended. Ashley's coffee cup is still in the sink from this morning, her perfume lingering in the air, evidence of a life we're not going to have. I call my office and tell them I'm taking a personal day, then sit at my kitchen table and make a list of everything I need to do. Cancel the wedding venue, return the gifts, figure out what to do about our shared apartment and joint bank accounts. But first, I need proof of what Ashley is really doing in Italy. I remember Manny Rodriguez from college. He became a private investigator after leaving the police force specializing in infidelity cases. We've kept in touch over the years, mostly through social media and the occasional beer when he's in town. Manny answers on the second ring. Greg Turner, as I live and breathe, how's married life treating you? That's actually why I'm calling. I explain the situation as objectively as possible, sticking to facts and avoiding emotional commentary. Ouch, Manny says when I finish. So you need surveillance in Italy? Is that possible? Anything's possible if you're willing to pay for it. I have contacts in Rome and Florence, former cops who do freelance work. Give me the details of her trip and I'll see what I can arrange. I text him Ashley's flight information and the name of the villa Luca mentioned. Manny promises to have someone at the Rome airport when they land. What are you hoping to accomplish here? He asks. You already know she's cheating. You want photos for the divorce? We're not married yet, I remind him. I just need to know exactly what I'm dealing with before I make any decisions. Fair enough. I'll be in touch. After hanging up, I pour myself a scotch, even though it's barely noon. The apartment feels like a museum of our relationship. Photos, shared purchases, reminders of plans we made together. 2 weeks ago, I was excited about our future. Now I'm planning for its end. My phone buzzes with a text from Ashley. Boarding now. Wish me luck. Love you. I stare at the message for a long time before typing back, have a safe flight. 3 dots appear and disappear several times, like she's starting and stopping responses. Finally, that's it? No, love you too? Love you too, I type, because what else can I say? I do love her, or at least I love who I thought she was. The woman I fell in love with wouldn't sneak around behind my back or lie about her travel companions. But maybe that woman never really existed. Maybe I just saw what I wanted to see. I spend the afternoon researching wedding cancellation policies and calculating how much money we're going to lose. The venue requires 60 days' notice for a full refund, which we don't have. The caterer, florist, and band all have similar clauses. We're looking at losing close to $30,000. Money Ashley and I saved together. Money that's sitting in our joint account, which she's been accessing for her Italian adventure. That thought sparks an idea. I log into our bank account and see she withdrew another $2,000 this morning, probably for shopping and dining in Italy. Our balance is down to $8,000, money I contributed from my savings and bonuses. I transfer $7,000 into my personal account, leaving just enough to cover our automatic payments for the month. If Ashley wants to finance her romantic getaway, she can use her own money. My phone rings. It's my mom, probably calling to check on wedding preparations. Hi, Mom. Gregory, how's my future daughter-in-law? Is she excited about her trip? My parents love Ashley, which is going to make this conversation even more difficult. She's excited, all right. And how are you holding up? I know it must be hard having her gone so close to the wedding. I'm managing? I can't bring myself to tell her the truth yet. Mom, can I ask you something? When you and Dad got married, did you ever have doubts? Of course, honey. Everyone does. Marriage is a big step. Her voice softens. Are you having second thoughts? Maybe. I just want to make sure I'm marrying Ashley for the right reasons. What would be the wrong reasons? I think about it. Fear of being alone, pressure from other people, habit. Those are definitely wrong reasons. Mom pauses. Gregory, is everything all right? You sound troubled. I'm fine, just pre-wedding nerves. Well, if you need to talk, your father and I are here. We love Ashley, but we love you more. After hanging up, I realize that's exactly what I needed to hear. My parents will support whatever decision I make, even if it means disappointing them. Evening comes, and I find myself checking Ashley's Instagram obsessively. She's posted photos from the airport, the plane, and finally from Rome. Adventure begins, reads the caption on a picture of her and Luca at what appears to be their hotel bar. Luca Bellanti is everything I'm not. Tall, dark, effortlessly stylish in that European way that makes American men look like teenagers playing dress-up. In the photo, he's leaning close to Ashley, whispering something that's making her laugh. Her expression is radiant, more animated than I've seen her in months. The comments are full of heart emojis and "you two look amazing together" responses. Either their followers don't know Ashley is engaged or they don't care. I screenshot the post and several others, building a file of evidence I'm not sure what to do with yet. Part of me wants to comment on the photos, remind everyone that Ashley is supposed to be getting married in 4 weeks, but that would make me look desperate and controlling. Instead, I pour another scotch and start making phone calls. The wedding venue is sympathetic but firm. We'll lose our deposit and pay a cancellation fee. The caterer is less understanding, threatening to keep our full payment since we're canceling inside their deadline. The florist surprisingly offers to refund half our money if we cancel by the end of the week. Happens more than you'd think, she tells me. Better to find out now than after the ceremony. By the time I finish calling vendors, it's nearly midnight in Boston, which means it's early morning in Italy. Ashley hasn't posted anything new, but Luca's Instagram story shows a sunrise view from what appears to be a villa balcony. Classical music plays over the video, along with the sound of someone moving around in the background, someone who laughs exactly like Ashley. I close Instagram and try to sleep, but my mind won't shut off. Tomorrow, Manny's contact will start surveillance, and I'll finally know exactly what Ashley and Luca are doing in their romantic Italian villa. Part of me hopes I'm wrong about everything. Part of me hopes Ashley is just having an innocent vacation with an old friend, and I'm being paranoid and jealous. But the bigger part of me already knows the truth. Ashley didn't go to Italy for a bachelorette party. She went to decide whether she wants to come back to me at all. Manny calls at 6 a.m, which means it's noon in Italy. You're not going to like this, he says without preamble. I'm already dressed and making coffee, having given up on sleep around 4. How bad? Bad. My guy followed them from the Rome airport to a villa outside Florence. Definitely not a group trip. It's just the two of them. And Greg? Manny pauses. They're not acting like friends. Send me everything. You sure? Once you see these photos, there's no going back. Send them. My phone buzzes with incoming messages, a series of photos that tell the story I was dreading. Ashley and Luca at the Rome airport, his arm around her waist, the two of them kissing in the back of a taxi. Ashley wearing what appears to be an engagement ring on her right hand while they check into a hotel. The ring from the receipt. The $5,000 ring that isn't meant for me. There's more, Manny says. My contact did some digging on this Luca guy. He's been posting about his mystery woman for weeks on his private social media accounts. Never shows her face, but the timeline matches up with when he and Ashley reconnected. I enlarge one of the photos, studying Ashley's expression. She looks happier than I've seen her in months, completely absorbed in whatever Luca is saying. This isn't a woman having doubts about her relationship. This is a woman who's already moved on. What do you want me to do? Manny asks. Keep watching. I need to know everything, where they go, what they do, how long this has been planned. And then? Then I figure out how to respond. After hanging up, I sit in my kitchen staring at the photos. 2 weeks ago, Ashley was trying on wedding dresses and discussing flower arrangements. Now she's wearing another man's ring in an Italian villa, playing house with her ex-boyfriend. The betrayal hurts, but what hurts more is the deception. Ashley could have been honest with me. She could have said she was having doubts, that she needed time to figure out her feelings. Instead, she chose to lie and sneak around, making me complicit in my own humiliation. My phone buzzes with a text from Ashley. Missing you already. Villa is gorgeous. Wish you could see it. The casual cruelty of the message takes my breath away. She's literally sending me updates from her romantic getaway with another man, probably laughing about how clueless I am. I don't respond. Instead, I call my lawyer, Melanie Chen, who handled the real estate purchase for our brownstone. She's tough, practical, and has no patience for emotional drama. Exactly what I need right now. Greg, she says when her assistant puts me through, please tell me you're not calling about the wedding. I don't do prenups at the last minute. I'm calling about canceling the wedding. Silence. Then, okay, I'm listening. I explain the situation while Melanie takes notes. She asks pointed questions about our joint assets, shared debts, and the money Ashley has been spending from our account. Legally, she has every right to access that money, Melanie says. But ethically, she's financing her affair with your savings. Can I protect what's left? You can remove your name from the joint account, which would freeze her access until she opens her own. You can also demand repayment of specific expenditures if you have documentation. What about the engagement ring? The original ring you gave her? That's trickier. In Massachusetts, engagement rings are considered conditional gifts. If she breaks the engagement, she's supposed to return it. If you break the engagement, she keeps it. And if we mutually agree to end things? Gray area. But if you have proof she's been unfaithful, that strengthens your case for getting it back. I think about the $8,000 Tiffany ring currently sitting in Ashley's jewelry box while she wears Luca's ring in Italy. I want it back. Then document everything. Photos, texts, financial records. Build a case that she breached the engagement through her own actions. After hanging up with Melanie, I spend the morning gathering evidence. Screenshots of Ashley's social media posts, bank statements showing her withdrawals, the receipt for Luca's ring. I also go through our shared laptop more thoroughly, looking for anything I might have missed. In Ashley's email drafts folder, I find a message she never sent. L. Hey, can't wait to see you tomorrow. G suspects nothing, still thinks this is a girls' trip. 2 weeks to figure out what we really want. If this is real, I'll end things with him when I get back. If not, we go back to being friends and pretend this never happened. Either way, I need to know. A. The draft is dated a week ago. A week ago, while Ashley was discussing wedding favors and seating charts with me, she was planning her escape with Luca. I forward the email to myself, then delete it from her drafts folder. If Ashley wants to play games, I can play too. My phone rings. It's Jules, probably wondering why I'm not at work. Rough night? He asks when I answer. You could say that. I tell him about Tara's revelation and Manny's photos. Jesus, Greg, I'm sorry. What are you going to do? I'm going to let her finish her vacation, I say slowly, the plan forming as I speak. Let her think she's gotten away with it. Then, when she comes back, I'm going to be ready. Ready how? You'll see. I spend the afternoon making more phone calls. The wedding venue, surprisingly, offers a partial refund if I can provide documentation of Ashley's infidelity. The caterer remains inflexible, but the florist and photographer are more understanding. Happens more than people think, the photographer tells me. Better to find out now than during the reception. By evening, I've canceled or modified most of our wedding arrangements. We'll still lose money, but not as much as I feared. More importantly, I've started the process of separating our lives. I also do something that feels petty but satisfying. I remove Ashley from my social media accounts. Not blocked, just unlinked. If people notice, they can draw their own conclusions. Ashley calls around 9, which is 3 in the morning in Italy. Greg, I hope I didn't wake you? I was up. I can hear music and laughter in the background. Sounds like you're having fun. We went to this amazing restaurant in Florence. The food was incredible. Luca knows all the best places. Her voice is bright with wine and excitement. I wish you could see this city. It's like something out of a fairy tale. I bet. I'm looking at Manny's latest photos while she talks. Images of Ashley and Luca at what appears to be the same restaurant, holding hands across a candlelit table. How are things there? Are you keeping busy? Very busy, I say truthfully. Lots of loose ends to tie up. Wedding stuff? Among other things. There's a pause, and I wonder if she can hear something different in my voice. But when she speaks again, she sounds as casual as ever. Well, don't stress too much about the details. Everything will work out perfectly. I'm sure it will. After hanging up, I pour myself a drink and review everything I've learned. Ashley has been planning this affair for weeks, possibly months. She's using our joint money to finance it. She's lying to me, to her friends, and probably to herself about what she's doing, but she's also given me something valuable. Time to prepare. When Ashley comes back from Italy, she's going to expect me to be the same understanding, trusting fiancé she left behind. She'll probably plan to ease into breaking up with me, maybe suggest postponing the wedding or taking a break to figure things out. She won't expect me to already know everything. My phone buzzes with more photos from Manny. Ashley and Luca walking through Florence hand in hand, Ashley trying on clothes while Luca watches approvingly. The two of them kissing on a bridge over the Arno River, looking like lovers in a romantic movie. In every photo, Ashley looks radiant. Happy in a way I haven't seen her look with me in months. Maybe that should make me sad, but instead it makes me angry. Not just at Ashley, but at myself for being so willfully blind. All the signs were there, I just chose to ignore them because it was easier than facing the truth. Well, no more. I open my laptop and start typing an email to everyone on our wedding guest list. Dear friends and family, I'm writing to inform you that Ashley and I have decided to postpone our wedding scheduled for next month. We appreciate your understanding during this time and will be in touch about future plans. Thank you for your love and support. Greg. I don't send it yet. That can wait until Ashley returns and we have our inevitable conversation, but having it ready makes me feel more in control of the situation. My phone buzzes with a text from Tara. How are you holding up? Better than expected, I reply. Thanks for telling me the truth. Are you going to confront her when she gets back? Something like that. I don't elaborate, but I'm already planning exactly how that conversation will go. Ashley thinks she's going to come home and gradually ease me into accepting the end of our relationship. She thinks she can control the narrative, make it seem like we mutually decided we weren't right for each other. She's wrong. When Ashley comes back from her Italian adventure, she's going to discover that I'm not the passive, understanding guy she thinks I am. She's going to learn that actions have consequences, and betrayal has a price. I raise my glass in a toast to the empty apartment. Welcome to the consequences, Ashley. Two can play this game, and I'm just getting started. Manny's daily reports become a routine I both dread and anticipate. Each morning brings new photos of Ashley and Luca's Italian romance, candlelit dinners, wine tastings, long walks through medieval villages. They're not even trying to hide their relationship anymore. They're acting like they're already married, Manny tells me during our morning check-in. My guy says they've been introducing themselves as a couple to other tourists. What about the ring? She wears it on her left hand now. Moved your ring to her right. The symbolism isn't lost on me. Ashley has literally replaced me with Luca, demoting our engagement to secondary status while she test drives her new relationship. How much longer do you want me to keep watching? Until they come home. I'm sitting in my office, pretending to work while planning my next moves. I need to know everything before I act. And then what? You going to confront them at the airport? Something like that. The truth is, I'm still figuring out exactly how to handle Ashley's return. The old Greg would have probably confronted her privately, given her a chance to explain, maybe even tried to work things out. But the old Greg was naive enough to believe his fiancée when she said she was taking a girls' trip to Italy. The new Greg is done being understanding. I've spent the week learning everything I can about Ashley and Luca's relationship. Social media makes it easy. Their friends have been posting photos and comments that paint a clear picture of two people who've been emotionally involved for months. Sloane, Ashley's maid of honor, has been particularly active. Her Instagram stories are full of romantic Italy content that she's clearly receiving from Ashley. Comments like, "Some people are just meant to be together," and "True love finds a way," accompanied by sunset photos from the villa. It's like watching my relationship get erased in real time. But Sloane's posts also give me an idea. I create a fake Instagram account using a random name and photo, then start following Ashley's friend group. Within hours, I'm seeing content that Ashley probably doesn't know is being shared, photos of her and Luca that Sloane is posting to her private story, along with commentary about their epic love story. One post particularly catches my attention, a video of Ashley and Luca dancing on the villa's terrace, with Sloane's voiceover saying, "When you know, you know. Some engagements are just practice for the real thing." Practice. She's calling my engagement to Ashley practice. I screenshot everything and forward it to Manny. Make sure your guy gets photos of them at the airport when they leave Italy. I want documentation of their entire trip. You building a case for court? Something like that. The truth is, I'm building a case for public opinion. Ashley has spent months carefully managing her image, presenting herself as the perfect fiancée planning the perfect wedding. Her social media is full of engagement photos, wedding planning content, and posts about how blessed she is. When she comes home, she's probably planning to slowly shift that narrative. Maybe start posting about taking time to focus on ourselves or realizing we want different things. She'll control the story, make it seem mutual and mature. But I have photos of her wearing another man's ring in Italy. I have evidence of months of planning and deception. I have screenshots of her friends celebrating her betrayal. Ashley wants to control the narrative? Fine. But she's not going to be the only one with a story to tell. I spend Thursday afternoon meeting with a publicist recommended by Melanie. Rebecca Martinez specializes in reputation management and crisis communication, usually for executives going through messy divorces. This is unusual, she says after I explain the situation. Usually I'm helping people minimize damage, not maximize it. I'm not trying to destroy Ashley, I clarify. I just want the truth to come out before she can spin it. And you have documentation? I show her Manny's photos, the social media screenshots, and the financial records showing Ashley's expenditures. Rebecca studies everything with professional detachment. This is pretty damning, she admits. What's your goal here? Public humiliation? Legal leverage? Accountability. The word surprises me as I say it, but it feels right. Ashley has been lying to everyone. Me, her friends, our families. She's been planning this betrayal for months while letting people spend money and make plans for a wedding she never intended to have. So you want to expose her before she can control the narrative? Exactly. Rebecca nods slowly. I can help with that. But are you prepared for the fallout? This kind of public exposure can get messy quickly. Ashley made it messy when she decided to have an affair while planning our wedding. Fair point. Rebecca closes her laptop. Give me the weekend to put together a strategy. When does she get back? Monday. Perfect. That gives us time to prepare a coordinated response. I leave Rebecca's office feeling more in control than I have all week. Ashley thinks she's going to come home and gradually ease me into accepting our breakup. Instead, she's going to find that everyone already knows what she's been doing in Italy. Friday brings more photos from Manny, Ashley, and Luca shopping for what appears to be matching watches, having breakfast in bed at the villa, packing their bags for the trip home. In every image, they look like a couple who've made a decision about their future. That evening, I get a call from my mother. Gregory, I've been thinking about our conversation last week. Are you sure everything is all right? I consider telling her the truth, but decide to wait until after Ashley returns. I'm fine, Mom. Just working through some things. Well, your father and I are here if you need us. We love Ashley, but we love you more. I know. And Mom, you might want to keep your schedule flexible next month? Why? Is the wedding date changing? Something like that. Saturday, I do something I haven't done since college. I clean my apartment from top to bottom. Not because I'm expecting company, but because I need to keep my hands busy while my mind processes everything that's about to happen. I also pack up Ashley's things. Not all of them, she'll need to come back for her furniture and larger items, but her clothes, jewelry, personal effects, and anything that belongs clearly to her goes into boxes that I stack neatly in the guest room. When Ashley comes home Monday, she'll find that I've already started the process of separating our lives. Sunday evening, I get a text from Ashley. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Flight lands at 6 p.m. Miss you so much. The casual lie of miss you so much would have hurt a week ago. Now it just confirms that Ashley is planning to keep up the deception until she's ready to end things on her terms. I text back, looking forward to hearing about your trip. Because I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching Ashley try to explain 2 weeks in Italy with her ex-boyfriend while I sit there with photos of them acting like newlyweds. I'm looking forward to her reaction when she realizes I know everything. Most of all, I'm looking forward to finally being done with this relationship that's been over for months without me realizing it. Monday can't come fast enough. Ashley's flight is delayed by 2 hours, which gives me extra time to prepare for her return. I've spent the day reviewing Manny's final report, a comprehensive documentation of 2 weeks that will forever change how I see the woman I almost married. The photos tell a complete story. Ashley and Luca arriving in Rome as nervous reunited lovers, growing more comfortable with each other over wine-soaked dinners, and finally acting like an established couple by the end of their trip. The transformation is visible in their body language, their expressions, their complete absorption in each other. My guy says they were talking about Boston real estate on their last day, Manny reports during our final call. Something about Luca looking at apartments in the North End. He's moving here? Sounds like it. They were also discussing timeline stuff, when to tell people, how to handle the transition. Very practical conversation for two people supposedly having a casual fling. So Ashley isn't just having an affair. She's planning her entire future with Luca. The wedding cancellation isn't going to be a difficult decision for her. It's going to be a relief. That knowledge makes what I'm about to do feel less like revenge and more like justice. I arrive at Logan Airport 30 minutes before Ashley's new arrival time, positioning myself in the terminal where I can see passengers emerging from customs. I'm not alone. Rebecca, my publicist, is here with a photographer she uses for reputation management situations. You sure about this? Rebecca asks as we watch the arrival board. I'm sure. The plan is simple. Document Ashley's return, especially her interaction with Luca, then use those photos to support everything else I've gathered over the past 2 weeks. No confrontation, no drama, just quiet documentation of the truth. There, Rebecca points toward the customs exit. Is that them? Ashley emerges first, looking radiant despite the long flight. She's wearing clothes I've never seen before, expensive Italian pieces that complement her tan and new haircut. She looks like a woman who's just had the best 2 weeks of her life. Luca appears beside her, wheeling both their bags while Ashley checks her phone. Even from a distance, they move like a couple, synchronized, comfortable, intimate in the way that comes from spending concentrated time together. I watch Ashley type what I assume is a text to me, probably explaining the delay and promising to be home soon. The casual deception, performed right in front of me, crystallizes everything I've been feeling into cold determination. Get the photos, I tell Rebecca's photographer. We follow them at a distance as they head toward ground transportation. Ashley and Luca don't separate at the curb like friends would. Instead, they share a long goodbye kiss before Luca helps her into a taxi. That's your smoking gun, Rebecca murmurs, reviewing the photos on her camera. No way to explain that as friendly. I take my own photos with my phone, making sure to capture Ashley's face clearly. Then I head to my car and drive home, arriving 20 minutes before Ashley's taxi pulls up to our brownstone. When she walks through the door, I'm sitting in the living room reading a book, the picture of a patient fiancé waiting for his beloved's return. Greg. Ashley drops her bags and rushes over to hug me. I missed you so much. She smells like expensive perfume and Italian leather. Her skin is warm from the Mediterranean sun, her hair styled in a way that makes her look sophisticated and foreign. She's beautiful, and for a moment I remember why I fell in love with her. Then she kisses me, and I taste the lie on her lips. How was the trip? I ask, settling back into my chair. Amazing. Ashley curls up on the couch across from me, her eyes bright with excitement. Italy is incredible. The food, the scenery, the culture. Sloane and Tara loved it. The casual mention of her supposed travel companions, delivered without a flicker of hesitation, confirms that Ashley is prepared to maintain this deception indefinitely. Tell me about it, I say. I want to hear everything. For the next hour, Ashley spins an elaborate fiction about her trip. Group dinners that were actually romantic meals with Luca, sightseeing with the girls that was really couples activities, shopping expeditions that were really intimate explorations of Italian markets. She's good at it, weaving just enough truth into the lies to make them believable. She shows me photos on her phone, carefully curated to exclude any evidence of Luca's presence. She describes restaurants and museums with genuine enthusiasm because she really did experience them, just not the way she's telling me. Sounds like you had the perfect bachelorette party, I say when she finishes. It really was. Ashley stretches, cat-like and satisfied. I feel so relaxed and clear about everything, like I remembered who I really am. And who are you? She looks at me strangely. What do you mean? You said you remembered who you really are. I'm curious what you discovered. Ashley hesitates, and I can see her trying to decide how much truth to reveal. I guess I realized how important it is to follow your heart, even when it's complicated. That's good advice. Greg, are you okay? You seem different. Do I? I close my book and look at her directly. How so? I don't know. Distant, maybe, like you're thinking about something else. I've been thinking about a lot of things while you were gone. I stand up and walk to the window, looking out at Beacon Hill. Our relationship, our future, what we both really want. And what conclusion did you reach? I turn back to face her. Ashley is sitting forward now, alert in the way that suggests she senses a shift in the conversation. I think we should postpone the wedding. The relief that flashes across her face is so obvious that I almost laugh. Ashley tries to hide it, arranging her features into an expression of concern, but she's too tired from the flight and too relaxed from her Italian adventure to maintain the pretense effectively. Postpone it? Why? I think we both need time to figure out what we really want. I use her own words deliberately. Marriage is a big step, and I want to make sure we're doing it for the right reasons. What would be the wrong reasons? Habit, expectations, fear of disappointing people. Ashley nods slowly, and I can see her mind working. This is easier than she expected. I'm giving her an out without forcing her to be the bad guy. Maybe you're right, she says carefully. I mean, there's no rush, is there? We have our whole lives ahead of us. Exactly. I sit back down, maintaining the illusion of a mutual decision. Why don't you think about it for a few days? Really consider what you want. I will. Ashley stands up and stretches again. I think I'll take a shower and get some sleep. The flight was exhausting. Of course, I'll bring your bags up. As I carry Ashley's luggage to our bedroom, I notice she's packed differently than when she left. New clothes, new accessories, and a jewelry box I've never seen before. When she's in the shower, I take a quick look inside. Luca's ring is there, carefully wrapped in tissue paper. She's also kept what appears to be a love letter written in Italian, along with several small gifts that are clearly romantic in nature. Souvenirs from her real honeymoon. I close the jewelry box and finish unpacking her things, making sure everything appears normal. Tomorrow, Rebecca and I will begin releasing the documentation of Ashley's Italian affair. By the end of the week, everyone will know what really happened during her Bachelorette party. But tonight, I'm content to let Ashley think she's successfully managed the situation. Let her believe she's going to ease me into accepting our breakup while she figures out her next move with Luca. She has no idea that I already know everything and that her time for controlling the narrative has run out. When Ashley emerges from the shower, I'm already in bed reading. Greg, she says softly, thank you for being so understanding about the wedding. I know this can't be easy. I just want us both to be happy, I reply, which is actually true. Ashley will be happy with Luca once she stops lying about it, and I'll be happy without someone who could deceive me so thoroughly while planning our wedding. I love you, she says, the words automatic and meaningless. I know, I reply, because saying I love you too would be the biggest lie of all. Tomorrow, the real reckoning begins. Rebecca calls at 7 a.m, her voice crisp with professional excitement. It's done, she says. The photos went live an hour ago on 3 major Boston social media accounts, plus the wedding-shaming forum that has 50,000 local followers. I'm in my kitchen making coffee while Ashley sleeps upstairs, exhausted from her flight and the emotional energy of maintaining her deception. She has no idea that her Italian adventure is currently being dissected by thousands of strangers online. What's the response? Explosive. The photos of her kissing Luca at the airport have been shared over 200 times already. People are connecting the dots. Someone found your engagement announcement from last year and posted it alongside the Italy photos. I feel a moment of doubt. This isn't going to get out of hand, is it? Greg, she lied to everyone about this trip while planning your wedding. The internet doesn't like being fooled, especially when it involves cheating and deception. Rebecca's tone is matter of fact. You wanted accountability. This is what accountability looks like. After hanging up, I check the social media post myself. The photos are damning. Ashley and Luca looking like lovers throughout their Italian vacation, culminating in their passionate goodbye kiss at Logan Airport yesterday evening. The comments are brutal but accurate. Isn't she supposed to be getting married next month? This is why I don't trust destination bachelorette parties. That poor guy. Hope he finds out before the wedding. Update, someone found the groom's LinkedIn. He's a financial analyst named Greg Turner. My stomach drops. I wanted to expose Ashley's deception, but I didn't want to become part of the story myself. I call Rebecca back. They found my name. I saw. Don't worry. Public opinion is completely on your side. You're the victim here, not the villain. What if Ashley sees this? She will, probably within the next few hours. Someone will send it to her, or she'll see it herself when she checks social media. Rebecca pauses. Are you ready for that conversation? Before I can answer, I hear movement upstairs. Ashley is awake. I have to go. I tell Rebecca. She's getting up. Greg, remember that you have nothing to apologize for. She created this situation. I hang up and pour a second cup of coffee, listening to Ashley move around our bedroom. The shower runs for 20 minutes. She's taking her time, probably enjoying the luxury of being home while planning how to gradually end our relationship. When she comes downstairs, she's dressed casually in jeans and a sweater, her hair still damp from the shower. She looks younger than her 32 years, almost innocent if you didn't know what she'd been doing for the past 2 weeks. Good morning, she says, kissing my cheek. Sleep well? Fine. You? Like a rock. I forgot how comfortable our bed is. Ashley pours herself coffee and checks her phone. Sloane texted. She wants to get lunch today and hear about the trip. I watch her scroll through her messages, waiting for the moment she discovers what's happening online. It doesn't take long. What the hell? Ashley's face goes pale as she stares at her phone. What's wrong? Someone... She looks up at me, her eyes wide with shock. Someone posted photos of me and Luca in Italy. They're all over social media. I set down my coffee cup carefully. What kind of photos? Private photos of us together. Ashley's voice is rising. How is this possible? Who would do this? Maybe someone recognized you. Italy is a popular tourist destination. No, these are professional quality photos. Someone was following us. Ashley is scrolling frantically now. Oh my God, Greg. People are saying terrible things. They're calling me a cheater and a liar. Are you? The question hangs in the air between us. Ashley stops scrolling and looks at me directly for the first time since coming downstairs. What did you say? I asked if you're a cheater and a liar. I keep my voice calm and level. Because based on what you just described, that seems to be what people are concluding. Ashley sets down her phone with shaking hands. Greg, I can explain. I'm listening. But instead of explaining, Ashley starts crying. Not the elegant tears of a woman caught in a difficult situation, but the messy, desperate sobs of someone whose carefully constructed world is collapsing. I never meant for this to happen, she manages between sobs. Luca and I, we have history, and being in Italy together brought back all these feelings. So you are having an affair. It's not that simple. It seems pretty simple to me. I pull out my phone and show her one of Manny's photos. Ashley and Luca kissing on a bridge in Florence. This is you with another man while wearing his engagement ring. What would you call it? Ashley stares at the photo, her face crumpling. How do you have this? I've known about your trip since before you left. Tara told me the truth, that Sloane and she weren't going, that it was just you and Luca. Tara told you? Ashley's sadness transforms into anger. That little snake. She was jealous of my relationship with Luca. Your relationship with Luca? What about your relationship with me? That's what I was trying to figure out. Ashley stands up, pacing around the kitchen. I needed to know if what Luca and I had was real or just nostalgia. And what did you decide? Ashley stops pacing and looks at me with something that might be pity. Greg, you're a good guy, but what Luca and I have, it's different. It's passionate and exciting and worth throwing away our entire relationship for. Yes. The word comes out as a whisper. I'm sorry, but yes. Finally, honesty. After months of deception and manipulation, Ashley is finally telling me the truth. Okay, I say simply, okay? Okay, you've made your choice. Now you get to live with the consequences. Ashley wipes her eyes, smearing her makeup. What consequences? I gesture toward her phone. Those photos are just the beginning. I have documentation of your entire affair, financial records showing you used our joint account to pay for your romantic getaway, screenshots of your friends celebrating your betrayal, evidence that you've been planning this for months. You've been spying on me. I've been protecting myself from someone who was lying to me while planning our wedding. Ashley sinks back into her chair, the fight going out of her. What do you want? I want you to move out. Today. Greg, I want my engagement ring back. Which one? The question confirms what I already knew, that Ashley sees Luca's ring as her real engagement ring now, mine as just a placeholder. Both of them, I say. You can't be engaged to two people at once. Ashley nods slowly, accepting the inevitable. What about our friends, our families, the wedding vendors? I've already started making calls. As for our friends and families, they'll figure it out when they see the photos. This is going to ruin my reputation. You ruined your reputation when you decided to have an affair while planning our wedding. Ashley looks around our kitchen, taking in the life we built together that she's now losing. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did hurt me. You lied to me for months, used my money to finance your affair, and let me continue planning a wedding you never intended to have. I stand up, suddenly tired of this conversation. The fact that you didn't want to hurt me doesn't change the fact that you did. So this is it? We're just done? We were done the moment you got on that plane to Italy. I'm just making it official. Ashley nods and goes upstairs to pack. I can hear her moving around, opening drawers and closets, dismantling the life we shared. An hour later, she comes back downstairs carrying 2 suitcases and a jewelry box. She sets the jewelry box on the kitchen counter and opens it, revealing both engagement rings. The Tiffany ring I gave her looks small and ordinary next to Luca's elaborate Cartier creation. For what it's worth, she says, I did love you. Maybe not the way you deserved, but I did love you. I know. And I do know. Ashley loved me the way she was capable of loving. Conditionally, selfishly, but genuinely within her limitations. I hope you and Luca are happy together. Do you mean that? I mean that I hope you're happy. Whether that's with Luca or someone else or by yourself, I hope you figure out what you really want. Ashley picks up her bags and heads toward the door. At the threshold, she turns back. Greg, I'm sorry for all of it. I know you are. After she leaves, I sit in my empty kitchen and look at the 2 engagement rings on the counter, symbols of promises that were made and broken, of futures that will never happen. My phone buzzes with a text from my mother. Gregory, your father and I just saw some very disturbing photos online. Are you all right? I type back, I'm fine, Mom. Ashley and I have ended our engagement. I'll call you later. Then I pour myself a drink, even though it's only noon, and start planning the rest of my life. Outside, Boston continues its daily rhythm, indifferent to the small human drama that just played out in my kitchen. But inside our brownstone, my brownstone now, everything is quiet and still. For the first time in months, I feel like I can breathe. Ashley made her choice in Italy, and now I've made mine. We're both free to pursue whatever happiness we think we deserve. The difference is, I'm not lying to myself about what that means.